From predators hiding behind cartoon characters to genuine stories that built empires of trust. Here are animators who shaped how YouTube's most creative corner became its most controversial. Starting with Rico Animations, a channel that proves sometimes the biggest numbers hide the ugliest truths. With over 12 million subscribers, Rico Animations looks innocent enough from the outside. Colorful thumbnails, cartoon characters, the kind of art style that screams kid-friendly content. But the second you click, it stops feeling harmless. They're cartoons on the surface, but the stuff inside is so off, most people don't even know how to talk about it without feeling weird. His channel description openly admits the content is sus and not meant for kids, but that disclaimer feels like a legal shield rather than genuine concern. The cartoonish art style still attracts exactly the audience the warning claims to protect. Fans have been vocal about their disgust. That guy casually makes sex, feet, and dirty jokes and turns it into an animation like if it's the most relatable thing for an average person. I reported Rico Animations. Now, in a day, YouTube will ban the Rico Animations channel, and we will be safe. Rico figured out that if something's animated, YouTube looks the other way. Even when the content crosses the line, his videos are still up, still making cash. And that says a lot about what YouTube really protects. But not every animator uses their talent to exploit trust. The Oddie once out built his empire by being brutally honest about the moments we all pretend didn't happen. Robert James Ralston has gained over 20 million subscribers by simply talking about awkward moments in a way people actually relate to.
I mean, I could settle for a small bedroom, but what made living there so horrible were the roommates.
His journey began in 2012 as a teenage Tumblr artist, sketching those marshmallow-like characters into short, relatable comics. A couple of years later, in 2014, he brought them to life on YouTube, turning the comics into storytime animations.
I didn't go to a public school. I went to a preparatory school that made us wear uniforms, wake up early, and use lockers.
That honesty created a fan base that genuinely cared about him as a person, not just his content. By 2018, James released The Odd Ones Out, How to Be Cool and Other Things I Definitely Learned. It became a New York Times bestseller. And that was just the beginning. He went on to launch board games, develop mobile apps, and in 2022, took it to a whole new level. Netflix picked up Oddballs, an animated series based on his YouTube work.
Surprise, everyone! But today's the day I'm finally allowed to tell you that we're making a Netflix show.
His fans celebrated each milestone like family victories. Crazy how this guy went from animating cartoons in his spare time on YouTube to creating an entire Netflix show. Bro, I'm super proud of you. Congrats, James. This is seriously amazing. While James earned respect through authenticity, Rocky Raccoon destroyed his through a series of decisions that turned talent into scandal. Rocky launched his animation channel in 2015 with vibrant, kid-friendly content that quickly attracted over 4 million subscribers. His snappy, colorful animations seemed perfect so that parents felt safe letting their children watch unsupervised, and for years, everything looked promising. But then the content started shifting. Fans began noticing increasingly suggestive elements creeping into videos. The animations remained colorful, but scenarios grew more inappropriate. And in 2021, one video finally crossed the line. Rocky posted an animation featuring the young He doll from Squid Game in explicitly poses.
Somebody stop me!
Fans immediately recognized this character as modeled after a child was depicted in scenarios that crossed every conceivable line of appropriateness. Okay, this is weird and disgusting now. Sad that they are a really talented artist, but they decide to make content like this and then say they change every time they get canceled. Rocky's attempted defense during a live stream only made things exponentially worse. First, he claimed ignorance.
I did not mean to in any way like the Squid Game doll. I also did not that the girl was supposed to be a child, because it's just a doll.
Later, he admitted it. The shock content was on purpose, just trolling for views.
The video is supposed to be a troll or satire video in response to the cringy green light, red light memes featuring the doll in very suggestive positions that gets way more views than what I could possibly achieve.
After that, his reputation collapsed overnight. recent videos struggle to crack even a fraction of his former view counts, and comments are just ghosts of what his audience used to be. Where Rocky's downfall came from moral failures, Kurzgesagt built their empire on making the incomprehensible beautiful. Kurzgesagt launched in 2013 with an audacious mission of transforming the most complex scientific concepts into visual poetry that anyone could understand. Their breakthrough came on May 6, 2015 with The Fermi Paradox, a video that didn't just explain why we haven't found alien life, it hit you with that feeling of maybe being completely alone. But it wasn't just that one video. They made stuff like quantum physics and the heat death of the universe into things people actually wanted to watch.
You might be unkillable, impossible to delete out of existence, if one of the most exciting ideas about physics, quantum immortality, is true.
I must say, your animation is beautiful, my friend. Good job. Their founder, Philip Detmer, once explained the mindset behind it.
And everything complicated is only complicated because someone is bad at explaining it.
That philosophy earned them more than subscribers. It earned institutional recognition. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation commissions their content. Academic studies praise their work as setting new standards for educational media. The main reason why I like this channel is that they're not biased or ignorant to one fact. They put all the facts on the table and won't manipulate you into what you must or mustn't do. With over 24 million subscribers across multiple languages, Kurzgesagt proves that educational content doesn't need to be boring. It just needs to be created by people who genuinely care about both accuracy and accessibility. But not every creator uses kid-friendly animation for educational purposes. Shappy Sway used that same aesthetic to slip adult content past platform filters. Shappy built his brand around adorable cartoon dogs that looked like they'd escaped from a children's TV show. But behind those innocent-looking thumbnails were adult jokes, sexual scenarios, and dark humor that had no business being packaged in animation designed to attract children. If this was some sort of animated series, I wouldn't mind it, but since they are promoting it to kids, this is a big issue. What the f***? YouTube needs to remove this channel immediately. When people pushed back, instead of reflecting on legitimate concerns, he became passive-aggressive, mocking critics and treating the controversy as free publicity. He insisted his videos were properly age-restricted and blamed parents for failing to monitor their children's viewing habits. If kids see us, instead of young adults and adults, when we are age-restricted, you should report it until they fix the issue. But where Shappy deliberately misled audiences, Domix built his following by being refreshingly genuine about the human experience.
I think buying used things is pretty great. Oftentimes, I'm not one to really care if something is brand new, as long as it still functions as well as or close to something that is new. One man's trash is another man's used trash.
Domix launched with an animation style that looked like sketched memories, simple character designs that felt more like doodles than professional animation. What made his content magnetic was his willingness to be vulnerable about experiences everyone has, but rarely discusses openly.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Stephanie knew I liked her. I don't remember properly confessing it because I was a little bitch at the time.
He started with Tumblr webcomics in 2010, then moved into animation without losing that personal, relatable voice. With over 7 million subscribers, he showed that being real goes further than trying to be viral. In 2018, he even opened a board game cafe called Domix GG Gaming Cafe in Mississauga.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm opening a board game cafe.
Domix was one of the first channels I watched on YouTube. Glad to see he is still making new stuff. But not every successful animation channel builds on genuine human connection. Nutshell Animations built their empire by systematically exploiting the artists who made their success possible. With over 10 million subscribers, it just looks like a regular animation channel. Trendy audio clips, fast-paced videos that hook viewers.
Take Coca-Cola without your lips touching. Now say it normal.
Coca-Cola.
Your lips never touch, fool.
Those innocent videos hid a darker truth. On January 17th, 2025, YouTuber Beto999 posted a video called Nutshell Animations, the most corrupt channel on YouTube, exposing how Nutshell doesn't actually create the animations themselves, but rely on freelancers who get paid next to nothing.
Sure, it's kind of scummy to, steal an audio and then on top of that, do none of the work.
and have other people do it for you. I agree, it's scummy. Basically what happened is that I was contacted by 3 different people, all claiming to be animators for Nutshell, and outright saying that these are not allegations, and he does in fact pay $50 measly ass dollars for them to do his job.
Nutshell reportedly generates $234,000 monthly, while the artists doing the actual creative work receive $50 per animation. The exploitation went beyond just underpayment. Creators had to finish 2 full animations before getting paid, and even then, payments were often late. I was an animator for Nutshell for about a year, and I feel so relieved from this video to know it wasn't just me going through this. Being paid just $6 an hour, never being credited, and forgetting to pay for weeks. His overall work pipeline is all messy and unfair. The content itself was often plagiarized. Artists received instructions to copy trending TikToks using AI-generated audio, turning the channel into a content factory built on theft. While Nutshell built success through exploitation, Jaden Animations earned hers by consistently being one of the most positive, authentic voices in the animation community. Jaden launched in 2014 with a simple premise of sharing personal stories through clean, expressive animation that makes viewers feel less alone in their struggles.
So I raised my hand and almost immediately started shaking. My palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy.
JDN is officially my YouTube therapist. She perfectly defines my social anxiety. Couldn't be better in definition. On March 20th, 2022, she made one of her most impactful videos, Being Not Straight, publicly coming out as aromantic asexual.
I've come to realize that I'm aro-ace, which stands for aromantic asexual. And I know what you're thinking. That's not gay. What the hell is that? And you know what? That is completely fair.
Instead of controversy, there was overwhelming support. People thanked her for putting words to things they'd felt their whole lives, for showing them they weren't broken, just different. But Jaden's impact extends far beyond personal storytelling. She consistently leverages her platform for genuine good. She participated in Hope from Home, a global charity livestream led by Jacksepticeye that raised over $260,000 for COVID-19 relief efforts.
Bring your people.
Oh, Jaden, we reached our goal.
Did we?
250K.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa! Where did that come from? Bruh, someone just donated $20,000.
And when she won Mr. Beast's $1 Million Challenge, she used it to help other creators, paying for their art degrees.
I decided to put it towards paying for as many people's art degrees as possible. It's really scary going into the art field right now, between the animation industry hitting their rough patches, AI threatening to take artists' jobs. The overall career path is extremely intimidating, and
with more than 14 million subscribers, she has built a community around honesty, vulnerability, and the idea that sharing your struggles can actually help other people too.